The Marilyn Monroe movie, Some Like It Hot, is a great movie to watch. Death Valley is a great place to visit, whether you like it hot or not. Death Valley National Park is a park of superlatives. It is the largest national park in the lower 48 states, being 1.5 times the size of Yellowstone. It is the lowest point in North America at 282 feet below sea level. It is the driest place in North America and only receives about 2.5 inches of rainfall each year. And it is the hottest place on Earth, with a recorded temperature of 134 degrees. But none of those statistics explains why we spend 10 days in Death Valley, so this video will explain why we enjoyed it so much. I've been to Death Valley twice. The first was a kid with my parents traveling in a Plymouth without air conditioning in August. It was cruel and unusual punishment. Some people visit Death Valley in the summer just to experience the extreme heat and then get an I Survived Death Valley bumper sticker. That's not us. Darlene and I visited Death Valley in early March, before the whole COVID lockdown. The weather in March varies significantly. We had one day we woke up with snow in the higher elevations. Another day we had a fierce windstorm. But most of the 10 days that we were there, the weather was beautiful. We covered a lot of the park in our 10 days, and I'll try to cover everything that we did in a couple videos. But we still left a lot of things unseen, so we can go back and enjoy it again. Death Valley is located in California, but the closest city is Las Vegas, Nevada, which is 130 miles away. The mountain ranges run north-south. There's a mountain range, then there's Death Valley, then there's a second mountain range, then there's Penniman Valley, and then there's a third mountain range, all within the park boundaries. It's a big park. I'm going to start with the park's main attraction, which is Badwater Basin. It is the lowest point in the park and hence the lowest point in North America, at 282 feet below sea level. Ironically, only 85 miles west of Badwater Basin is Mount Whitney, the highest point in the lower 48 states. Alright, so we are at Badwater, walking out into the salt flats. It goes on and on. Oh, we've walked enough. We'll head back from here. There may be a shallow lake if it recently rained, but there is always a small pool of bad water that hosts a small amount of animal and plant life. When I say animal life, I'm talking about insects and snails. Where there's water, even bad water, there's life. 5,757 feet straight up from Badwater Basin is Dantes View. The good news is that you don't have to hike up to Dantes View. There is a road to get you there. From the first mountain range, Dantes View provides beautiful panoramics of Badwater Basin and the second mountain range across the valley, with Telescope Peak, the tallest mountain in the park at over 11,000 feet. From the Dantes View parking lot, there is a short trail heading north, which provides more nice views. I have made it to the summit of Dante Peak. It's only about a half-mile walk from the parking lot, but it is beautiful up here. So you can see down into the valley and across the mountains on the other side to Telescope Peak. Really are stunning views. Almost back to the parking lot. It was about a half-mile out, half-mile back, something like that. Actually, more than I thought, because the view from the parking lot, it looked like you were just climbing to the first peak, but that wasn't the tallest, so you had to go past several peaks to get to the top. Resetting back to Badwater Basin, I'll cover the sights as if you traveled north from the basin to Furnace Creek. The first is Natural Bridge. Road conditions change all the time, but as of March 2020, I'll say the road to the Natural Bridge trailhead was horrible, but not bad enough to make me turn around. Remember, I'm driving a motorhome, so if you're there in an SUV, you're going to probably think that it's not so bad. Or you may be thinking that what idiot would take a motorhome on this road? It's a 1-mile hike to see the Stone Arch. The Devil's Golf Course is a large expanse of eroded rock salt, forming jagged terrain. That would be the type of golf course designed by the devil himself. The Devil's Golf Course. I know I had my ball land somewhere around here. Artist's Drive is a must-see scenic drive. It takes you right up close into the hills. Artist's Palette is one of the viewpoints along the drive, named for the variety of colored rocks. Desolation Canyon would be the next site to see. We drove up to the trailhead, but we didn't take that hike. Rather, we took the hike to the next spot, which is Golden Canyon. This is a must-do hike. We started this hike on a day with a windstorm. We went in about a half mile and came out blasted by the wind. All right, Darlene and I are at Death Valley at the trailhead to Golden Canyon. I'm starting here because it is so windy outside. I'm not sure if you're going to hear me, so it's going to be a wind blast experience. Yep. I don't know if it's going to be more windy or less windy inside the canyon. I went back 2 days later and it was a perfect day, and I did the full loop up Golden Canyon to the Red Cathedral and then looping back through Gower Gulch. Doing the whole loop is a strenuous hike. That's pretty awesome. Oh, you get right up to the base of the cliffs. Oh, this is cool. The trail gets right to the base of the Red Cathedral, where you can look straight up the wall of red rock. But if you continue a couple hundred feet more, you can scramble up a steep slope to get an elevated view of the canyon you just hiked up. We are at the base of the Red Cathedral, and then we climbed up to a stunning viewpoint. From Golden Canyon, you hike past Manly Beacon, a predominant mountain, down into Gower Gulch for the return trip. Again, this was a strenuous hike. Pretty. This is neat. Alright, that was when I just came out. I can see the valley down below. Very different from Golden Canyon. Oh, this is a view I didn't expect. Alright, why does it feel like I just jump off a cliff from here? Oh, the trail goes to the right. I came. Zabriski Point is a must-see stop. A short walk will take you to a spectacular view. another scenic drive through the 20 Mule Team Canyon. This is a dirt road that makes the road to Natural Bridge seem paved. Well, maybe not that extreme, but the road was smoother, not as many ruts or potholes, but the road was very narrow, winding, and steep. Our motorhome is 21 feet long, and I think we were just barely able to make some of the tight turns. Jesus said to them, "I am the bread of life. The one who comes to me will not be hungry, and the one who believes in me will never be thirsty." Whatever desert you are in right now, remember the bread and water of eternal life is only with Jesus as your Lord. That gets us to Furnace Creek area of the park. This is the central location for services. There's a visitor center, a gas station, an inn with a restaurant, camping, and most important, water. This is one of only a few places to get water in the whole park. There is a natural spring that brings fresh water to the surface, making for an oasis in the desert. If you're camping there are two campgrounds at Furnace Creek. Texas Spring is what I'll call a traditional campground, with individual sites more spaced out. That was full, so we stayed at Sunset Campground. This isn't much to look at. Sunset Campground is not much more than a huge gravel field, with painted lines on the gravel indicating boundaries of campsites. I'm going to stop here for this video. There's so much more to see in Death Valley. There's Mosaic Canyon, which I think is my favorite hike in the park. There's pupfish and Ubi-Hebi, and snow. Yes, snow in Death Valley. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thanks for watching.